Hi, everyone. In just a few moments, we're going to be going over LinkedIn and how to leverage it during your journey. But first, I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you to the VetNet team for having LinkedIn here to take a part in such a wonderful event. And thank you all out there for taking these steps to better yourself. And I hope you leave the event with some value for your journey. So, with that, let's get into it. So, what does LinkedIn do for the military and veteran community? It empowers the military and veteran community to tell your professional story, build your brand, and be found by others. And ask yourself, what is your brand and what do you want employers and people to know about you? Recruit, build, and maintain your professional network. Networking is something often underutilized but can make a huge impact in obtaining that next role. Sometimes it's all in who you know. Understand the way into career opportunities, or to put it another way, discover the pathway to success. And then grow your industry knowledge with LinkedIn Learning. This is a valuable tool I still use almost every day as I advance my professional career, and I love it for just personal growth as well. So, why LinkedIn? So here's a broad look at some numbers we see on what we call the economic graph, which consists of data collected on LinkedIn. Why does LinkedIn find this important? So LinkedIn's vision is to create economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce, and a big part of that for us is the veteran community. So, bottom line up front, employers use LinkedIn. This stat here really stands out to me. Candidates are 4 times more likely to be hired at a company where they had a connection. It's an amazing stat. This connection could be someone you already know or someone you grow to know via an engagement on LinkedIn. And we'll talk about that more shortly. LinkedIn is the platform connecting service members and military spouses to jobs. The numbers here tell a story. Greater than 50% of hiring managers use LinkedIn profiles to qualify job seekers, and 9 out of 10 employers use LinkedIn while hiring. So, reiterating something from a previous slide here, tell your story and be found by others. What do you want others to know about you, and what do you bring to the table? Okay, next we're going to get into the benefits of LinkedIn Premium. I'll hang on this slide for anyone who wants to jot this down. LinkedIn.com/military. Here you're going to be able to proceed with getting a free year of LinkedIn Premium, and we'll get into why this is beneficial for you. So, benefits of Premium. Some of the benefits include access to over 16,000 expert-led learning courses. You can make new connections by reaching out to out-of-network individuals with InMail, and you can see who's viewing your profile. And lastly, access applicant insights to see what jobs best fit your profile or how you stack up based off of your skills, experience, salary requirements, and education. So to sign up, you'll want to visit linkedin.com/military once again, like we mentioned before, and either sign up or sign in, excuse me, or create an ID.me account to verify your service and gain that premium access. I had a new hire veteran do this just the other day, and it was super easy for them. So if you have any questions, you can find me on LinkedIn. And you'll also notice that this link here that you're going to visit has a few tutorials to provide additional information on using LinkedIn as a veteran. Okay, so next we're going to go over some key differences between your LinkedIn profile and a resume. The big differences are that your profile speaks to all employers, not just a single one. It provides context with skills, projects, interests, and certs. It allows for direct interaction for networking with other people and employers. Lastly, it contains recommendations for endorsements where people can highlight your various skills. So we're revisiting this a little bit, but it's very important. What is your story and how can you use that to attract employers? Okay, so here are some key starting points to telling that story. Take a great photo, write a solid headline, update your job descriptions and company info, and add in your skills. So let's get into taking a great photo. When taking a great photo, you want to make sure your background isn't distracting. We're dressing for the job we want, and most of all, we're authentic. A good photo could net you 9 times more connection requests because it humanizes you, and people want to reach out to other humans. All right, so let's get into the headline. This is your professional identity in essentially one line. It's who you are versus what you do. So think of it that way. It's 5 to 10 words. You want to make it clear and of what you want to do and achieve. And it leaves people wanting more, and it attracts employers. Transitioning service members and spouses may include actively seeking employment in their headline. And avoid terms such as transitioning veteran or student veteran. So what's your elevator pitch? This is the summary area here. So a summary is going to let that recruiter know, is this someone I can see on my team, or possibly even a connection? It's going to be 1 to 2 sentences at least that communicates your professional brand and experience. It's going to focus on not just accomplishments, but also your career aspirations. It's forward looking and positive. It's exciting to your network and future employers. And lastly, it highlights not only your work, but also your volunteer experience. Very important. Okay, so let's talk about the importance of the algorithm for a second here. So official LinkedIn pages will have a logo associated with them. So you want to make sure you're putting in something tangible. So while the 75th Ranger Regiment is amazing, maybe won't show up on a LinkedIn search when recruiters are looking. So while we still want to highlight that regiment experience, we're going to want to do something under the umbrella, in this example, of the US Army LinkedIn page. This lets the algorithm find you. Articulating your military and career experience. So this is something I personally struggled with. Providing my military experience in a way that is understandable to both military and civilian recruiters. And it's something I'm constantly workshopping as I go through the years and my experience grows. And it's important because the military community brings a wealth of experience, and it's vital that we communicate that experience in a meaningful way. So you're going to want to add any and all education, certifications, and licenses. So what this does is it allows for leveraging of alumni networks, but also makes you more identifiable for recruiters who are looking for a specific certification, something like Sec Plus, or if you have a clearance. So volunteer experience is important because it tells some of your story and who you are. It adds context to any employment gaps, and it shows commitment, as if being a military veteran or a spouse wasn't enough. But it builds new skills and it leads to new recommendations as well. So we're going to talk about editing your profile. So skills and endorsements are huge. We see the stats here, but if you take away one thing from this slide, it's to highlight your skills that most align with the job you want. Your profile is dynamic. It's going to be ever changing, and skills can be updated as needed. LinkedIn currently allows for 50 skills, and we all know many in the military community have more than that. So just remember, your profile isn't necessarily set it and forget it. Okay, so to summarize, if you don't list your military experience properly, you're not going to get recognized as a veteran on LinkedIn. Members with a profile photo receive up to 21 times more profile views and 9 times more connection requests. Members with more than 5 skills are 27 times more likely to be discovered in searches by recruiters, including the city where you're based makes you stand out 23 more times in searches. That's because we use a location-based algorithm that's key to finding you based off of that. So recruit, build, and maintain your support network. So you're going to want to use your network on LinkedIn to connect to opportunity. You're going to discover existing connections, search for new connections, message connections, ask for informational interviews, request referrals and recommendations, find a mentor with career advice, and add value and engage. And we'll break most of this down as we continue. Okay, so using your network can be key to finding the right role and growing as a professional for all the reasons we listed here. 70% of people hired at a company also had a connection there. And when searching for positive connections on LinkedIn, you'll see those recommendations as you improve your network and it grows. So here's our member search, and you'll see that this is an advanced one, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so expand your network strategically. So what do we mean by that? What we mean is to leverage personalized messages, similar backgrounds, and finding members at companies or in roles that you have interest in. So you're not just reaching out to anybody and everybody. Now, with these next couple slides here, we're going to see the amazement of how you picking the right people and connecting with the right people can really grow your network. Sometimes less is more. Okay, so to summarize, like and share things that people in your network will care and post about. Give testimonials and recommendations to others. Invest time in your connections. Take them to lunch or even just listen to them. Set up Zoom calls in this new era. Share your expertise and write helpful articles. And make introductions for others. Paying it forward pays off. Okay, so find your way into new opportunities. So a feature I truly love is our open to work hashtag, which actively informs recruiters you're interested in a new opportunity. To ensure this is set up properly, you want to go to your profile, click Get Started in the upper right, edit your info to reflect as accurately as possible, and lastly, choose who all can see you're open to work. On the slide, you'll see that you can share that with all LinkedIn members, or if you only want to share it with recruiters. Next, LinkedIn job searching feature allows for you to use several filters to find the best and most accurate role for you based off of these: keyword, job function, experience level, date posted, etc. And our advanced filters are going to let you narrow down your search even further, utilizing branches, um, location, profile language, etc. And jobs you may be interested in, these are tailor-made and provided to you based on your work experience, skills, and location information. So this is another reason why it's key that these are accurate as can be. Otherwise, the jobs that we're going to show you might not be what you're really looking for. And then you can refine your search with premium insights. Premium insights will inform us how we stack up for any role we may be interested in. So we can see here that this individual has 4 out of the top 10 skills among all other applicants. But maybe when looking at their skills, they recognize, oh, I actually do have product management, software development. And this is where you can, cut and paste as you need to get the right skills for the right jobs. Okay, so grow your industry knowledge. So there are several amazing groups on LinkedIn that will help in finding answers to your questions that you may have and more. Some group examples would be Hiring Our Heroes, Student Veterans of America, DoD Military Spouse and Alumni Groups, Veterati, and American Corporate Partners. All great starting places. Connected with alumni is also an excellent way to expand your network and make meaningful connections. And you may find in time that key connection who is just a few moves ahead of you in your career path that you're interested in. And you'll find that these individuals, especially veterans and allies, they want to see you succeed. So don't hesitate to establish a bond and ask for advice. And once you've established meaningful connections and feel ready, reach out and ask for that referral to whichever company you'd like to apply to. A real life story here is that this is exactly what I did when coming off of a deployment. I took some time, but once I had that bond, I felt that I could ask for that referral. And now I'm in a field that I truly love. Okay, so when looking for a company that lines up with your goals and values, be sure to follow them. Looks good in an interview too. And then dig into what the company is about to ensure it's the right fit for you. Plus, it's always good to know your stuff when heading into any interviews. Okay, so maintain your professional edge as a lifelong learner. Remember to be a lifelong learner and maintain your edge both personally and professionally. And polish up your skills. You can add new ones. Visit opportunity.linkedin.com and start growing your skill set for free. So here we've identified 10 jobs that we see steadily growing, that pay a livable wage and require skills that can be learned online. You can also utilize these tools to enhance your soft skills, such as interpersonal skills or adaptability, and learn the latest virtual collaboration tools. And we also have learning paths to help with interviews, such as tips in digital body language, as well as a practice for the top 26 behavioral interview questions. Okay, so as we wrap up here, if you remember anything from today, it's visit linkedin.com/military and gain access to a free year of premium and all the tools to help you find your next adventure. And with that, thank you all for your time and attending. I do truly appreciate it. Following this, we're going to move on to the functional panel starting at 10 Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern. If you're on the live stream, you can stay on to view panelists in engineering roles, including product management, software engineering, and hardware engineering. If you are more interested in business roles or non-engineering technical roles, you can view those panels on the Career Week landing page. All of the functional and industry panels will be recorded. Thanks again for watching.